Today, I'm going to talk about whether you should consider having an attorney review your title commitment, your survey, and your associated T-47 affidavit and any other contract documents. And my technical answer is absolutely have an attorney review the title work. My personal advice is also to absolutely have an attorney review the details of the title commitment and the associated documents. And the reason being, there are a lot of things that you may be able to review on your own, but not note something of significance. And I've read a lot of title commitments and have glossed over things that an attorney was able to catch that had a big influence on the outcome of the transaction. For example, I helped somebody purchase a property on lakefront, and there was a strip of property right down the waterfront property line that had some questions arise as it related to the title of the property. The attorney caught it. It took quite a bit of time to get it all cleaned up, but it got cleaned up. I had another instance where I helped somebody buy a property where there was an old easement in the back of the house, and that easement had been purchased, but the paperwork hadn't been all completed correctly, and that was another thing that had to be cleaned up. But these are things that I would have, as a realtor doing these transactions all the time, I would have never known if I didn't have an attorney review it. So when I purchase property, I have my go-to attorney review the title paperwork, the survey, the T-47. When you get into homeowner association documents and things of that nature, it's a little bit different discussion, just because you want to know what the rules are, but you don't necessarily need an attorney to tell you, hey, here's the rules of association. You can just look yourself. But for the title commitment, it's a very important document. There are exceptions to title and Schedule B. It's really important that you review that on your own, but also have a professional look at it for you. I also want to mention that a title commitment review should be an hour or two of billable time typically, unless it's a larger or more complex property, or unless they uncover something that needs to be looked into further. So an hour or two, maybe $300 to $600 range. It can be more. I've seen it become $1,500 or more, but standard probably $300 to $600 range. Best case scenario, the attorney doesn't find anything and it was a very small price to pay to protect yourself on a very large investment. Worst case scenario, something comes up and again, you have invested in the protection that you need to make sure your best interests are protected.